Bonjour! Welcome to BathroomGamers, and today I get to review Avenged Sevenfold's newest album, The Stage. And yes, this is my first time reviewing an album on YouTube. I never reviewed an album on YouTube before, so if it looks like I have no idea what I'm doing, that's because I have no idea what I'm doing. This is new to me, this is new territory, so just bear with me. Thank you. Really, I don't know how to go about this video. I mean, everyone that reviews albums on the internet, they just kind of stare at the camera and tell you why it's so good, but they don't do anything interesting, and you get really bored and you start to fall asleep and say, why, can I just listen to the album? But they're one of my favorite bands. Avenged Sevenfold's one of my favorite bands, and I want to review this because I like them, and I want to tell you guys what I think about it, just because that's a thing people do. So I will do that. So like I said, Avenged Sevenfold is one of my favorite bands of all time. Just one of my personal favorite bands. I can't even call them my guilty pleasure. They are one of my favorite bands. And in 2013, I was so looking forward to the newest album, Hail to the King. And I went and got it, and I was... It is so mediocre. I did not like Hail to the King, and I still don't like it. It's one of their worst albums. I mean, I guess at this point, some of their songs ought to grew on me a little bit, I guess, but I still don't like it. It's just so soft, so boring. Don't listen to it. So they decided to say, screw it, let's just get another drummer, and they got the drummer for Bad Religion, and they just dropped this thing out of nowhere. This came out yesterday, just like that. It's like, hey, we have a new album. It's right here. And in short, I like it. I think it's good. It's good. City of Evil is one of my favorite albums of all time, let alone my favorite album for Avenged Sevenfold, and I'm happy to say that The Stage sounds like City of Evil, kind of. It sounds like as experimental, but not as stupid out there as their self-titled album was, which I love their self-titled album anyways, but we can all admit that just kind of did some weird things. Now, upon my first time listening to this whole album, I did think that it wasn't anything special. The whole album started to sound the same and gel together. There wasn't any standout songs. But this is one of those things that have to grow on you over time. Just during my second listen of the whole album, immediately I'm just like, okay, these songs, they're really good. There are some really good songs in here. Granted, nothing that stood out so much, like not as many singles that can come out of this album. But as a whole thing, I really like The Stage. Matt's vocals sounded a little weird. I still can't describe it because he's really good. He sounds fantastic. There's just something... I think he's flat? Not really. He's not... I don't know. You're asking the wrong person. I have no idea what's up with his vocals, but they just sound very ill. I don't know. And the new drummer is fantastic. He brings texture that was never there in Avenged Sevenfold. Actually, Avenged Sevenfold is full of texture, but the drums were great. But there's something about his feel, the way he rolls his snare and hits his cymbals. It sounds fantastic. Granted, I do think that he overdoes it many times throughout this album. He just adds random, it shouldn't be there. But overall, he is very good. Sinister Gates is doing fantastic. You still can't hear the bass. Johnny Christ is still this little boy that wants to get attention, and I still can't hear the bass. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to swiftly and quickly go through every song on the album just to give you my impressions on each individual song. And if you haven't listened to the album yet, I know it's just music, but I'm going to call it a spoiler alert because, like, why listen to me talk about specific songs if you haven't heard the album? So just know, I like it, you should go listen to it, but for those of you that have listened to it, this is what I think of these songs. So the first song on the album is the self-titled track, The Stage, and I don't want to talk about it too much because this song's been out for 2 weeks, but holy crap, it is the best song on the album, which may be a little unfortunate to hear because that's the first song, and you already heard this song probably. But regardless, it is the best song on the album, and it's actually one of my favorite Avenged Sevenfold tracks. It reminds me a lot of Beast and the Harlot in general. It's a fantastic song, but I'm not even going to play it, we're going to go on to the next thing. The second song of the album is Paradigm. That's what all my friends said when they looked at the album. No kidding. They actually called it Paradigm or Paradigm. It's Paradigm, guys. Immediately calling off The Stage, Paradigm is fast and it's thrashy and it just sounds awesome. But there are parts of the song that just sound kind of messy when it's just a bunch of 16th notes. Just but the part where they want you to headbang, man, does it feel freaking awesome. The next song is Sunny Disposition, and it's very creepy. It's very creepy with the guitar that plays just oh so quietly in the background, and some of M Shadow's vocals just sound very mysterious and a little unnerving in the best way possible. And the drum fills on this song are, like I said, they're textured, they're layered, they sound great, and it's just, I love the fills on this thing. But my favorite part about the song, and everyone's favorite part about this song, it shouldn't work, but it does. The chorus has horns, and it sounds amazing. It's so catchy. It's so good. It shouldn't work, but it does. The next song on the album is Goddamn. And Goddamn does not sound like System of a Down. There's no way they made this song and they didn't try to sound like System of a Down. Just tell me this doesn't sound like them. I love it. I think it sounds freaking awesome. Even if it does sound like they're copying them, it just sounds great. The verse is catchy as well, but the lyrics and the chorus, they're so corny. Like, listen to this. Pledge allegiance, no flag, God nation, goddamn. It works. We'll go for it. Sinister's guitar solo in this song reminds me a lot of Tom Morello. Very cool. And then there's a part of the song that reminds me of the slow ending in Sidewinder. And I thought that was really cool. Not as cool as Sidewinder, unfortunately, but just as cool. The next song is Creating God, and I think it's fine. I like how in the beginning of the song, the kick is off with the timing, and it throws me off, and I love it. And the chorus is really catchy too. The chorus is fantastic. However, as much as I enjoy the song, it is enjoyable, it's too long. It feels like it drags on for a long time. There are parts where I just kind of zoned out. Wasn't that interesting. Fine song. Could be filler, but it's good. And then we have Angels. And the first time I heard this song, and actually I still think this, it's like they just thought, okay, now's the time where we just change the time signature. Let's just take away a whole beat, because that's edgy, right? Bands do that. Let's just take away a beat and just see how it sounds. Took me years to make my motives clear. And the day Matt's high notes are freaking ridiculous here. They sound incredible. The song is slow, and to me, it feels like another filler track. However, the chorus is very catchy, so I guess I can't, diss it that much, because it is a good song. Okay, fine. Angels is a good song. I like it. Next song is Simulation, and oh my god, they do the exact same thing! The time signature is exactly the same. Hey, let's go 3 bars of 4/4, and then just for the 4th bar, let's put it at 3/4. Let's make it sound exactly the same as the first song. Here, let's see how it sounds. I should have walked away. Reverse the wager. Immediately upon listening to this, I was so disappointed. I'm like, really? You're just gonna do that? But it turns out they have a plan. Because out of nowhere, the song does this. That switch was fucking awesome. Incredible. However, there's a part where I really want to headbang to it. The riff is so good. It's great. But they just add this chick, a nurse, just walking. It's like in between each beat, you will hear a footstep. And I want to headbang to this, but the walking kills the song. It does. And if they played the riff by itself and then added her walking like 15 seconds later, that'd be cool, but they don't even let you listen to it. They just give you this riff and then just clampering all on top of it. It's really annoying. The next song is Higher, and it's one of the only songs of the album that did give me goosebumps. The whole song starts off with synth, and that was really cool, and then just out of nowhere, just these sharp harmonies come in, and that gave me goosebumps. And then it switches to the actual song, and I know most people are going to be a little disappointed that they couldn't just continue the way it was going. It is so emotional. This is probably to me, this is the song that I resonated with the most emotionally. This song was fantastic. And then immediately after this emotional song, we get Roman Sky, which I think I like it. I think I enjoy it. I might. First of all, the guitar riff that plays at the beginning is memorable. Just, like, I like listening to it. It's a nice riff. The vocals are soothing, and then they just slowly just introduce this orchestra. And I'm just like, wait a minute. Just before you go, tell us how the heavens flow. It does feel like that this is the song where, like, okay guys, we did all these heavy metal tracks, now let's get experimental, and let's add an orchestra. It's a great idea, isn't it? And while I did think that was the case, I mean, it could be the case, but it's still good. It's a great song. The orchestra sets up everything. And then out of nowhere, just Shadows just bounce it out. Just kind of just, like, it just sounds nice. I don't know. You tell me. What do you think? But regardless, the orchestra sounds fantastic. And then the band actually plays with the orchestra. And I was a little afraid when I first heard it that it'd be a little jarring. Just wouldn't match. And it freaking matched. It was great. The penultimate track off this album is Fermi Paradox. Now, in terms of openness and scope and the way it feels, it sounds like Planets from the Hail of the King. And would you know that Planets was the second last song on that album, and that Fermi Paradox is the second last song of this album. It is a good song. The chorus is memorable. However, if there's any track in this album that feels like filler, it's definitely this one. I do think that this is the worst song on the album. Having said that, I mean, there's still enjoyment in it. It doesn't suck. It's actually fine. It's a good song. And the final song on this album is Exist, a 15-minute length song. I love my long songs. I love long songs. If it's over 10 minutes, I'm probably going to like it. Now, granted, Exist could have actually been two different songs, because in the middle, literally in the center of the song, they play this little interlude. And you could just separate the song into two things. Having said that, it is fantastic. And I'm not going to play any part of Exist, because although it is expected that you're supposed to listen to this album before you're watching this video, the song is that good. You have to... Don't even listen to me. Just listen to the song. But in the end of the song, they add Neil deGrasse Tyson doing this 3-minute monologue about how the only thing that is destroying humans is humans. It doesn't sound like it should work. It sounds like it should just screw everything up. But it sounds freaking awesome. It's great. This is one of my favorite songs of the album. However, The Stage is still the best song off of The Stage. Yeah, The Stage is the best song on The Stage. This is my second favorite song. It's not the best long song Avenged Sevenfold's done. It's not as good as Sidewinder, MIA, and not nearly as good as Save Me, which is one of the band's best songs. However, it's freaking great. I loved it. It was awesome. In the end, The Stage is a great album. It is better than Hail of the King, which is not a hard thing to do. Having said that, it is way better than Hail of the King. I wouldn't put The Stage up there with their greatest albums like City of Evil, their self-titled album, or even Nightmare. But it is a fantastic album to listen to. It's experimental, there's some really catchy things, and it sounds like Avenged Sevenfold is passionate about their music again, because in all honesty, Hail of the King did not sound like they even gave two fucks about what was going on. There were some slow songs and some filler tracks, and The Stage, the Stage, did feel like the only song that I would kind of just be in a car and be like, that's the song I want to hear right now. I want to listen to that song. But as a full, cohesive experience, this 73 or 74 minute album is great. And if you're a fan of Avenged Sevenfold, you would have to listen to it. I think for reviewing albums, I think I'll do like the out of 5, like the 5-star thing. So Avenged Sevenfold's The Stage receives a 4 out of 5. So that's what I thought of Avenged Sevenfold's The Stage, but there's two things that I want. There's two things that I want from you guys. Firstly, if you've watched this much of the video, I'm just gonna assume that you've already listened to The Stage. That'd be kind of weird if you didn't. But if you have listened to the stage, I want you to comment below and let me know what you thought of it, because I really liked it, and I want to know what you guys think, and we'll talk about it in the comments, because that's always fun. Second thing I want is that this is my first review of a music album ever. And it was kind of weird doing it. I enjoyed it because I love music almost as much as I love video games. But, you know, this is a first for me. So, what I want, whether you're new to this channel or you've been on since day one, I want you to comment below and let me know what you thought of the video itself. If it was too long, kind of boring, if it doesn't seem like something I should be doing, or there's something I could be doing differently, let me know in the comments below. Or if you liked it, tell me you liked it, and tell me why you liked it, because I enjoy doing this video a lot. And I wouldn't mind doing more music reviews, but I want to know what you guys think in the comments below as to if you like this video or not. For more video game reviews, top 10s, anything to do with bathrooms, and possibly more things for music if you guys want it, subscribe to Bathroom Gamers. Thank you for watching, and stay fresh.